Okay, class. So based on this question over here, this is your workbook, page 145, question 15. You should have come out with a table over here. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to transfer all this information into our graph now. Okay, now what's important is to identify which is your x and y axis. So based on this question, we know that this one, that's your x-axis, and over there, that's your y-axis. Okay, now it's very important when you see your axis, okay, you look for the smallest and biggest number. All right, so for my x-axis, that is my smallest number. Okay, this is the smallest. And this one, that's my biggest number. Right? Okay. So for my y-axis, my smallest number over here, that's 3, that's my smallest. And my biggest over here, which is 36. This is the biggest. Okay? Now, why is it important for us to identify what is the smallest and the biggest one? Okay, because we would like to make our scale. So for your graph, when we want to make our scale, I will strongly suggest you use this scale over here, all right? So the scale I'm going to introduce to you is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3, all right? So if this scale cannot fit all the numbers here, you will choose the next scale, which is 0, 2, 4, 6, okay, and so on. And if this scale does not fit, you will choose the next scale, 0, 5, 10, 15, and so on. And finally, you can use 0, 10, 20, 30, and so on. Okay, so these are what I call the scales for your x or y axis. Okay, all right. So we are going to transfer all this information into my graph. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I usually do my graphs. Okay, now in your graph paper, usually I would like to draw your x and y axis very near to the corner, not to the corner, but very near. Usually I would like to choose over here and over here. All right, that's my x-axis, that's my y-axis. Okay, right, usually, right, it depends on the scale. Now, before I start to construct my graph, let's identify first, all right, which scale do I need to use. So again, for my x-axis, I know my smallest one, it's 5, and my biggest one is 60. And my y-axis, the smallest one is 3, and the biggest number is 36. Okay, so I'm going to transfer all this information to this graph right now. Okay, so let me start to do this first. So before you draw a line, it is always good for you to plan out your graph first before you draw. Okay, so for me, I just would like to start from this corner. Okay, this is usually what I will do. This corner that I will start, that would be my 0. So this is the space I have for my x-axis. All right, so from the table that I get, the smallest number is 5, the biggest number is 60. So if I would like to choose my scale, what scale would I choose? So let's try the 0, 1, 2, 3. So if this is 0, my 1 will be here. Okay, now when we want to draw a scale, I will strongly suggest you to always use the solid line. You can see from the graph, right, the one that I'm marking now, those are the thicker lines. Okay, use that as your scale. All right, so it's going to be until here, right? So let's identify. If I use 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's impossible that I can fit until 60, right? So if that scale I can't use, I will use my next option, which is 0, 2, 4, 6. So let's check. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. I can't. My maximum number is 60. So let's try the next one. What about 5, 10, and 15? Let's check. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so that's 50 over here. So my maximum number is 60. So still can't. So what's my last option here? 10, 20, and 30. Let's try that. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yes, okay, it can fit. So that is the scale we will choose. So we will go put down 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So that's gonna be my x-axis, right? So I'm gonna draw the line since I already decided my x-axis. Don't forget your arrowhead and label your axis. So my x-axis here is the number of sheep. So just write that down. That is the number of sheep. Okay? Now on to my y-axis. So my y-axis here, based on my table that I've drawn, the smallest number is 3, the biggest is 36. So what scale would fit? Now again, my y-axis is over here, right? So I'm gonna mark all the thicker lines because that is where I'm gonna mark all my scales, okay? Okay, so let's check now. So 36, all right? So obviously 0, 1, 2, 3 is not gonna fit. What about 0, 2, 4, 6? Let's check. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. All right, can't. Okay, so because I need to reach under 36. So what about the next one, which is 5, 10, and 15? Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Yes, I can. All right, so that is the scale I will use. So I will gonna write here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right, I will stop there because my maximum number is 36, right? So I'm just gonna stop at here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna draw my straight line. Okay, draw my straight line. Okay, and that's going to add my arrowhead, and that's going to be my y-axis. Don't forget to label. That will be the number of days. So I'm going to write here number of days. Okay, so since I have everything, now I'm just going to plot the point. So you can just refer back to the table. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to compare the x and y axis lah. Just plot all the points. Okay, mark x over there. Okay, so based on the table, my first point, x-axis is 5, my y-axis is 36. So where is all this information? Now, since over here that's 10, all right, my 5 is going to be here, right? It's going to be halfway through there, okay? Because over here, okay, I have one small box is equals to 1 for my y-axis. Okay, there are 10 small boxes. So 5, it's over here, all right? So we know where's our 5, but where's 36? Now 36 over here, all right, it's gonna be over here. This is 35 and this is 36 over here, all right. Now this is a very common mistake that a lot of students will do because take a look at the scale. Your scale right now is 0 to 5 over here, okay. So in 0 to 5, they are all 10 small boxes. There are 10 small boxes over here. So one small box will equivalent to, right, 5 divided by 10, which is 0.5. So which means 2 small boxes is equivalent to 1 unit. So let's check. So 2 small boxes, 1 unit. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So in this scale, you use 2 small box is equivalent to 1 unit. So that's why 36 over here, you have to make sure you jump 2 boxes, not 1 box. So 2 boxes, so that's 36. All right. So we just trace it. So the scale is gonna be here. That's my x over here. So the next one is gonna be 10 and 18. Right, 10 is here from x-axis. 18. So where's 18? This is 15. So this is 15, 16, 17, 18. That's 18. I'm gonna mark an x over there. All right. So the next one is 15 and 12. So 15 is here. So 12 is going to be, here is 10, that's 11, and that's 12. I'm gonna put an X over there as well. Okay, so what's next? 20 and 9. 20 is here, so my 9, that's gonna be here. All right, so this 10 minus 2 box, I will get 9. 36. All right, this 30, my y-axis is gonna be 6, that's 5 over here, so 6 is gonna be here. Okay, 40, 4.5. My 40 is here, my 4.5, where's that? All right, so let's again check. So this is 4, right? Sorry, this is 40, so I want to get 4.5. So two small boxes is 1 unit, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 4.5 is somewhere in the middle here, right? That's my 4.5. And finally, I have 60 and 3. Okay, I have 60 and 3, so that's my 60. And my 3 is going to be 1, 2, and 3 over here. Okay, so can you see all the points which I have marked my X? All right, so what you're going to do next? What you're going to do next is you are going to connect a dot in one smooth line. Now this is going to be difficult, all right? This is going to be difficult and you need practice, all right? You definitely need practice to be able to do smoothly. But I'm going to show you my technique over here. So first things is make sure your pencil is sharp. My pencil is not so sharp. A sharp pencil can make you do this properly, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my hand. I'm going to put down here. I'm going to pivot, use this as a pivot so that I can curve or that. See, can you see this stationary over here? It acts as a pivot. That is my trick over here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to always connect one line to one line, all right? And I will just get ready my eraser just in case I don't like my line, okay? So this is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to connect here to here first, so all right, okay, so I'm done with that. So but don't forget, you want to have a smooth line. So this line, this dot should point to here. So let's try this. All right, so before you continue drawing, you ask yourself, are you happy with your line or not? If you're happy, just continue with it. If you're not, you can erase and try again. So let's connect the remaining one. All right, then feel free to turn your paper and then you continue to connect. Then take a look back. All right, so that's considered quite okay. All right, but if you are not happy with it, you can feel free to erase the line and try again. Okay, to make it as smooth, as neat as possible. Okay, so if I don't happy with this, I can erase a bit and then I can try to connect it back into one smooth line. All right, and there you go. I'm quite happy with that. All right, and that's how you plot your graph. Okay, now and then in your question, all right, question 15C4, they ask you over there, use your graph to estimate. Use your graph means you have to use your graph over here to estimate the number of days it takes 7 sheep to eat 1 bag of feed. So 7 sheep, what's that? Okay, how many days? I have 7 sheep. How many days? Okay, so 7 sheep, it's 5, 6, and 7. So I'm going to use my ruler now. All right, I'm just going to draw this up until it matches the line. So that's 7. So make sure it's connected correctly. So I got somewhere around here. Okay, I got somewhere around here. And what value does it tells me? So I get somewhere here. So let's check this out. What's that? So this is 20. So I get 21, 22, and then I will get 22.5. So what is this telling me is 7 days, all right? Sorry, 7 number of sheeps will take 22.5 days to finish 1 bag of feed. All right, so that's how you do your graph. Yeah.